My name is Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami from Nigeria, a disciple of His Holiness the Bhakti Dhira Swami, who is also a disciple of His Divine Grace Bhakti Dhira Swami Prabhupada.
One fateful day, Gurudev came across an advert by ISKCON that read, "Do you want to learn about self-realization, karma, and reincarnation?" He had always wanted to learn about reincarnation, so he copied the address and went to the temple for the first time with his brother. At the temple, his questions were answered very expertly and he became very satisfied, and from there he began to visit regularly and engage in seva. The devotees recognized how meticulously he would do all his service, especially the vegetable cutting. The temple president always wanted him to come and live with them, but Gurudev did not want to leave the reggae music that he was doing just yet, and therefore he always evaded the invitations. This would all change on the day he finally met with his spiritual master, His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Swami Maharaj.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you and your brother doing?
I'm doing well. My brother is doing well. He's doing a lot of Bhagavad Gita now. He's reading a lot.
Oh, that's amazing. So are you also reading the Bhagavad Gita?
Yes, I'm studying Bhagavad Gita and a few books also. I'm coming to like them very much.
Oh, that's amazing. Please, there's someone very special I want to introduce. He's a very powerful sannyasi. He's actually proud of the great stuff. Please, Prabhu, you must take advantage of this opportunity.
Okay, Prabhu.
Gurudev is walking towards the room where His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Swami Maharaj is, thinking in anxiety, what could I have done? Did I do something wrong possibly? Am I in trouble? What did I do to warrant meeting the head of West Africa? He thought in this way. They reach the destination and find a devotee, His Grace Shivas Prabhu here.
Please go in when the devotee comes out.
The devotee goes back to Maharaj's room, and while Bhakta Oga is waiting, he is thinking that Prabhuji has told him to go inside, but what to do he has not told me. Soon the other devotee leaves the room and he is called inside. Bhakta Oga enters the room and is not sure what to do.
Please, welcome.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. What's your name?
Okawdama.
Is this your first time coming to the temple?
No, I've been here before several times. I came here first with my brother, but now I tend to visit alone from time to time. Yes.
So what do you do for a living?
I'm a musician.
What genre?
I'm a reggae artist. I do some reggae.
Anything I might have heard?
Not possible. I don't think my work is not very popular yet.
Okay.
Yes.
So what seva do you do in the temple?
I cut vegetable from time to time. I'm not living here yet for a sort of times. When I come early, I help in the kitchen with cutting vegetables.
Cooking for deities, yeah?
Yes.
Very nice. Would you like to increase the frequency of your seva?
What do you mean? Come more often?
No, I want you to come and stay with us. You like this place, don't you?
I do like the place, but I'd have to ask my uncle first before I can come.
How old are you?
25.
25. 25 years old and you have to ask your uncle whether he wants to become a devotee. No, Jesus was 5 years old and he didn't ask anyone. So this is what you do. You run along and make a decision. Stay here for a few days and make a decision whether you want to stay with us. But I would advise you join us. You can practice your reggae here. Okay?
Okay.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Swami Maharaj was beaming with happiness, seeing Bhakta Oga as if he had been waiting for him for a long time. He had such a huge smile on his face that covered the whole room, and that smile swallowed up Srila Gurudev, and he was very touched. His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Swami Maharaj used all manners of techniques to save many of us. At that time there was no sign of a musical group in the temple. So Bhakta Oga was doubtful, thinking coming into the temple means I wouldn't do my music again. And at that time he was very attached to his music. He thought he could defend himself and play on him and walk around, but he couldn't.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Please, Maharaj has just traveled to America, but he's coming back soon. Please, can you come for Janmashtami?
Yes, I'll be there. I look forward to seeing Maharaj again.
That is great.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Haribol.
Haribol.
And just 2 weeks later, Bhakta Oga came back to the temple and never went back home. All
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, everyone. We welcome you all to the second part of our celebration today. We are celebrating the 65th Vyasa-puja Mahamotsav of His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami Maharaj. Alors, nous remercions de toute votre présence dans la deuxième partie de nos programmes que nous allons célébrer le Vyasa-puja de His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami Maharaj. Vyasa-puja Mahamotsav ki His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Maharaj ki. We have the great pleasure of also having the association of His Holiness Vrindavan Chandra Maharaj. So we have to be welcome to our program. C'est le plaisir pour nous parmi nous, His Holiness Vrindavan Chandra Maharaj, qui est pour assister au programme ensemble avec nous. Alors, nous pouvons faire brièvement, nous pouvons expliquer le programme comment il était. Very briefly, we will tell about our program will be today. So we are celebrating the 65th Vyasa-puja Mahamotsava in Mauritius, Condemas, of His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami Maharaj. Maharaj appeared in this world on this date, 65 years from now, so that is in 8 June 1957 in Lagos, Nigeria. Alors Maharaj fait une première naissance, 65 ans de cela, dans Lagos, Nigeria, dans sa date d'aujourd'hui. Et in our tradition, we honor Srila Vyasadeva as he gives us a knowledge through all the scriptures. Alors, on a un grand respect à donner à Srila Vyasadeva et dans les traditions Vaishnava, parce qu'à travers Srila Vyasadeva, nous avons l'occasion pour gagner beaucoup de connaissances à travers le Shastra. And those who are living their life according to how Vyasadeva described. So we celebrate the Vyasa-puja. We honor this person as a representative of Srila Vyasadeva. Alors nous honorer toute bonne personne qui représente Srila Vyasadeva à travers l'exemple et à travers comment je peux suivre la vie spirituelle. So for the second part of this program, we had the first part in the morning, and now we are continuing the celebration. So firstly, we will invite His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami Maharaj to give his address for the occasion. Alors, pour la deuxième partie de nos programmes, première chose qui nous fait, nous vous demande Maharaj, His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Maharaj, pour donner ce lecture concernant Vyasa-puja. Then, just after Maharaj has spoken, we will kindly request His Holiness Vrindavan Chandra Maharaj to speak about this celebration and to speak a few words about Maharaj. Et puis, juste après ça, His Holiness Vrindavan Chandra Maharaj pour donner ce lecture, pour causer au Vyasa-puja, pour glorifier Maharaj. Afterwards, we will request devotees who are present to come forward and then to continue the glorification on this occasion about Maharaj. Après, ça, on peut demander à Bandévo qui est présent ici, et ce qu'on va venir de l'avant et ce qu'on va faire, et la glorification pour Maharaj. So the program is briefly like this, and then afterwards we will have Pushpanjali. And before that, we will make offering to Maharaj, and then we will have Pushpanjali, and then our program will come to close. We already had the Guru Puja in the morning, so after the Pushpanjali, we will close our program. Alors, juste après qu'Ibandevo finit glorifier Maharaj, ils ont fini et nous pouvons faire Pushpanjali, et puis nous pouvons terminer le programme. Parce que dans le programme le matin, la première partie du programme, nous avons déjà fini de faire Guru Puja. Hare Krishna. So now, without any further ado, we will request Maharaj to please speak about this occasion. But before that, we request His Holiness Vrindavan Maharaj to welcome Maharaj with the garden. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
No, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Srimati Bhakti Dhira Damodara Namaste Krishna, Hare Prabhupada, Shaitanya, Shri Gaura Karana Shakti Bhakti Dhira Damodara. Om Vishnu Hare Krishna, Bhakti Vedanta Swami, Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaura Vani Pachari, Namaste Sundari Pastatari Satari. Om Magyana Timirandasya, Gyana Salakaya Chakshuramani, Gyana Tashmai Sri Guravi. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Satsang Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. His Holiness Vrindavan Chandra Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Gaura Bhaktivinoda ki Jai. Few years ago, I was fortunate to follow His Holiness Japataka Swami Maharaj in his safari preaching tour. So we're in India. I was 2005. It was after my initiation, sannyas initiation. So we were visiting different places, including visiting some devotees. Devotees were inviting us to the house. So we have many house programs. Like we went to His Holy Lokana Maharaj village, Ravadi. The custom there is, as a guest is coming, before you enter the house, there's some free lamp, the rice. Says, you are welcome in this way. And during the program, we're fully decorated with big crown, with big crown on our heads. So all of us was at that time we were looking very gorgeous. So he saw that particular son, he looked at me. You're looking like your guru. Because my spiritual master, he likes, he's a style, he likes style. Everything he did is stylish. And he said, I live my life in style. So I was told, give up the body in style. And he did. He gave the body in a big style. So some tradition you visit, you have to be worshipped, the food has to be baked. So the Holy Bhakti Dhira Damodara, he called me new recruit. That is a new recruit. That's a new recruit. So we went to some householder's house. And they were washing everyone's, all the senior devotees inside. I stood back. So the people were very disturbed. What is this new recruits doing? You don't know the tradition. So he saw the Bhakti, you can look at me. And he said, since you have taken this vest, this dress, so observe the tradition. You don't like it, that is your own. But the custom, the tradition has to be followed. So you should accept it. So we have to accept. What are we accepting? Any convenience, because we are representing an authority. A representative, Srila Prabhupada, is the one who will represent perfectly the person we are representing perfectly. That we represent, that means we are carrying his mood, his sentiment. This is representation. Like in a company, you are representing a company, you are selling the goods of that company, the product of that company. That is what you distribute. So you are a representative of that company. And you'll be paid according to how you represent that company. You get promotion, you get demoted, or you resign. Similarly, in Krishna consciousness, we are instrument in the hands of our masters. So our system is to be very humble. That's our system. We are humble servants. So what is humility in accepting the worship of many people? What is the humility? If you are humble, then you should not be there. If you are there, you are not humble. So this is general understanding that a representative for Srila Vyasa-deva has to be respected as it is. And because he's representing, all the honor is offered to him. Like you travel with the king, the respect which is given to the king, you also have to share that respect. So we are representing the pure devotees, even though on our own we are not the pure them. But because we are representing the pure devotees, we have to pretend to be like them, but accepting everything on their behalf and pass it on. That is a representative. And for that purpose, whatever is offered has to be accepted. You cannot reject it, because if you reject it, you are not representing the tradition. Accepting it means that we are honoring them, we are representing, and everything has to be passed down. It's bona fide tradition, bona fide system. Therefore, our movement, it is a a path which is followed with so many risks that one will accept a lot of inconvenience, even though it will look like a pride, even though it look like accepting a honor of the worship. We are not accepting, because if you accept, if you don't have the potency, you have difficulty. With my practical experience, I've seen during our Sankirtan days of the ritual, devotees who are on Sankirtan but does not submit everything completely, they have problem. They had a fault. Majority of them left the movement because we are accepting which belongs to another person, and sharing that, we share the karma. So a bona fide representative, one who does not share the karma because he's offering everything to the appropriate authority. A friend a few years ago, he sent a message to me out of concern. Oh, Maharaj, I'm feeling that by now we'll be having a lot of headache because they are accepting the karma of the disciples. I replied to him and I said, my dear Prabhu, thank you for your concern. I'm not having headache. My head is free from ache. Because the persons I'm representing, they are responsible for what I receive from others, because it's given to them. Therefore, I don't have headache. It's not the pride, it's the science that has to be followed. And if the science is followed, you get the practice, you get the result. Pass it on to the appropriate authority. That is our tradition, our system. So, when one loyally accepts everything and genuinely offer everything to the supreme authority, the reaction does not come upon us. Krishna told us about Gita. We have the responsibility to do our duty, but we don't have the authority to accept the result. The result should be given to me. Because Arjuna was afraid I'm going to suffer for doing my duty. I will be responsible for doing my duty and I'll suffer. Krishna said, no. You do your duty on my behalf. I am responsible for whatever you will face. You simply give it to me. And Arjuna did. He was successful. He didn't have any difficulty because he killed 640 million people. He didn't have any difficulty because the result was given to Krishna. And that is the duty of a disciple, a representative, to accept everything and give it to Krishna. And we're trying to do that. So, although it is an inconvenience, it is joyfully performed. Not with some inconvenience. It is an inconvenience, but it is not an inconvenience for those who know the science and are following the science by accepting everything and passing it on to Krishna. Will remain protected because the current is flowing. When the current to divine is His divine grace. We carry the divinity. It is not our property, but we are carrying the divinity. Because we are carrying the divinity, we are protected. One who will protect the religion stands to be protected by religion, not by movements, by weak ones. But the religion which we protect will defend us. So we represent Lord Krishna. And sincerely, as a servant, the Krishna gave a full protection that we are not disturbed or having headache, but we have the joy to celebrate. We're celebrating the joy of being a faithful servant. We are grateful to all of you who are facilitating, supporting, and encouraging this festival of honoring Vasudev through his representative. It is our eternal culture and has to be maintained. If we want to be successful, we have to maintain the tradition. And success is guaranteed for everyone. No one is alone in Krishna consciousness. We have so many helpers Krishna has sent all around us who are ready, they are always doing it. It's a matter of identifying that and be connected with that. We remain peaceful and joyful and eternally be with Krishna in this eternal spiritual world. So we are very happy with all of you participating in this joyful festival. Hare Krishna.
Maharaj ki. Thank you very much, Maharaj, for a very beautiful explanation about the responsibility that you have undertaken and about the value of the celebration of this festival. Maharaj started to visit Mauritius as from 2006. I think second time Maharaj came to Mauritius was in 2009. And then after that, almost every year, Maharaj has been visiting Mauritius, except for these last 2 years because of the pandemic. Alors, Maharaj vient commencer à visiter Maurice à partir. Première fois, tu es venu en 2006, et puis deuxième fois en 2009, et puis à partir de là, et chaque année, normalement dans le mois de décembre, Maharaj vient de Maurice, et là, juste à cause de la pandémie, Maharaj n'est pas capable de visiter, mais après presque 2 ans, Maharaj vient de Maurice. And we are very grateful, honored to have him personally present here for this celebration and also to have his association among us. Thank you very much, Maharaj. Hello. So now we will invite His Holiness Vrindavan Chandra Goswami Maharaj to address us on this very auspicious occasion of
I will try English. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhya cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabho Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. I am happy I got opportunity to participate in this celebration. The society is divided in 4 varnas, and personal life is also divided in 4 ashram: brahmacharya, grihastha, vanprastha, and sannyas. The word sannyas can be explained in many ways. Generally, sannyas, some completely nyas, to give up. Sannyas gives a meaning for giving, renouncing. And Lord Krishna says, Kamyanam karmanam nyasam sannyasam kavayo vidu. The learned person defines sannyas as to renounce, to give up. But not everything. Kamyanam karmana. To give the activity which is related to sense enjoyment. Sannyas is giving up. And as far as I have observed the behavior, the routine of His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami Maharaj, he had renounced many things, but I say sometimes, hey, even give up grain, and for weeks and weeks, for month and month, just take juice and water. Oh, he is sannyasi, but for this ashram, another word is used, yati. Yati, and it is opposite to sannyas. Yati means the person who is engaged in endeavor, who is making effort. So, this word gives a more clear picture. Sannyas, ashram is meant for effort, yati, and as far as His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Maharaj is concerned, he is very active. He is always making effort. Effort is made, but for what? It is understood effort for self-realization, effort to please Krishna. And there are many efforts are recommended to please the Krishna. And in that list, one item is Tadiya Sivan, to serve the things which is related to Krishna. Tat, Krishna, and related to him is Tadiya. Tadiya Sivan. There are many things which come in the list of Tadiya, but Rupa Goswami has mentioned mainly 4 things. Dham, abode of life, Shastra, scripture, and Vaishnava, devotee, and Tulsi. 4 are main Tadiya. I get the association of His Holiness generally in Vrindavan, in Mayapur, and for little time in Mauritius. Previously, I think it must be 2009 or 10, we had association in Rath Yatra, but with a distance. We were standing together, but we were not familiar. I am saying that I have seen his behavior, and it might be you are more familiar than me with Maharaj. But I see him, he is serving Vaishnava. He is yati, He is always in effort. He never sit idle. Even when he observe Nirjala Ekadasi, but there is no change in routine. Rather, something is added. At early morning, it makes parikrama of Vrindavan, and other routine is same. No change. And he is serving the Tadiya related to Krishna. He comes in Vrindavan, stay there. When he goes to Vrindavan, stay there. And at Vrindavan, I have seen with respect to abode. Once we were going to see the Leela Asthadi, and I saw he had not taken shoe. I thought it must be forgotten. I told Maharaj had forgotten the shoe. Some devotee told, no. When he goes to Darshan, Leela Asthali, it never takes shoe. This is respect for the abode of Lord Krishna. This is the serving of Tadiya. He is serving Dham and other item is Vaishnava. His Holiness is famous for his liberty, his liberal behavior. There is no discrimination. Almost the disciple of any guru comes to him and he gave the guidance. Sometimes I observed he is seen tired, but still he is sitting because some devotees are there. They want some instruction. One may say that to give instruction is to serve Vaishnava. Yes. The service goes according to position. For Mother Yasoda to chastise Krishna, this is the service to Krishna. Many Vaishnavas come and they feel very happy. And it is established fact that to Bhakti Dhira Damodara Maharaj, anyone can make approach. He is serving Vaishnava. And as far as Shastra is concerned, he is following Krishna. Krishna has instructed, Mai eva man adhatsva, put the mind in me. Mai buddhi nivesaya. And make the investment of intelligence for me. In market, some people make investment, but they make investment for money. But Krishna is telling, my buddhi nivesaya. Make investment of your brain, but for me. A practical way is to consider the Shastra, to try to get the meaning of Shastra. In this sense, Maharaj is always thinking about Shastra. I am telling that he is Yati in real sense. There are many efforts. I can't list all of them, but one point I wanted to say, Tadiya Sevan. He is serving the things that is related to Krishna. And this is one effort to get self-realization, to please the Krishna. With a big austerity, he is doing, he is making into thought. He is making it in thought efforts. So in this sense, he is a real yati, a real sannyasi. I am fortunate. I have got opportunity to associate him. He is my sannyas mentor, and I learned many things from him, especially the style of teaching is very attractive to me. And the behavior is, his behavior is a vital source for inspiration. So at this pious occasion, I will request in the feet of His Holiness, kindly continue your affection and blessing. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. We thank His Holiness Vyasa-puja Swami Maharaj for his very beautiful glorification of Maharaj. His Holiness Vyasa-puja Goswami Maharaj ki.
समझ गए भाषा समझ गए अंग्रेजी
Maharaj was in Bohana. बोल रहे हैं समझ में आया.
In the morning, we were talking about the beauty of Krishna consciousness. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, when He came to the material world, disguised Himself, and He accepted His own disciples, His own servants, to act as His master. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he respected and accepted Ishvara Kesava Bharati as his spiritual master. Krishna did the same thing. Sandipani, Krishna Bharati did. Ramchandra Bhagavan, the same thing. They have many spiritual masters. They are all their disciples. We all do. Part and parcel. Similarly, yes, I accepted the service of his solely beloved Chandra Goswami Maharaj, a spiritual mentor. That is a honor for me, because the two of us we are friends. Our friendship started from scripture. We challenge each other for scripture. I say, Maharaj, what is this? Scripture say like this. What is this? This is our friendship. And he will knock his head. While he's doing that, he's composing what he's going to say. Then he will start to explain. So we both teach at the Vrindavan Institute for Higher Education. So he's teaching Hindi, this, and I was teaching English. But what I'm going to teach, I have to ask for him. I don't understand. You have to break it in pieces. To enjoy your life, you should stay when we are speaking scripture. So Vrindavan Chandra Goswami is very deep in scripture. Just listen to what he said. It's perfect and sweet, pure. That is the sign of a person who aligned himself with the scriptures. Not only learn the scripture to speak it, but the scripture is part of your own life, alignment. The world is one with the scripture. Maharaj has that quality. So yes, we We have been on Parikrama many times in Vrindavan, once in Jagannath Puri. It was once. So it's our regular habit to visit the holy places over there and speak. So I listen to him. He will narrate Leela. When he's narrating, is like he is directly he participated in the Leela. And he's simply reciting that something that we have already composed. Yeah, you're reading it. For him, that is how he lives his life for the scriptures. So I enjoy his association. I'm very happy that in my own life, I'm fortunate to have a devotee like Maharaj. He's a perfect sannyasi, he's just talking. He's a perfect sannyasi. And yes, when I was asked to this sannyasi, I was just laughing. What is this mentor? What is mentor for him? He is a mentor himself. But for formality, we did that. It's a formality. And I was also happy to be in this initiation. And we are always meeting. We are meeting in Mauritius. And we'll continue to meet in Bernard. Thank you for being a wonderful devotee. Hare Krishna. Swami the Lord Chandra Vishnu Maharaj.
Thank you very much, Maharaj. And now we will proceed on with our program. Now, the next part of our program, we will request devotees to please speak a few words about Maharaj, about glorifying Maharaj on this occasion. So, we will first of all ask His Grace Bhakti Dhira Prabhu to speak a few words. So you can please come and speak from this microphone. After this Grace Bhakti Dhira Prabhu, we will request Mataji Madhurya Bhakti. And then after that, we will ask Mataji Ananda Manjari. And then after that, we will have some bhajan, and we will also hear from other devotees who are present. Then we'll proceed with the Pushpanjali, and after Pushpanjali, we will have Kirtan, and of course, regarding the Vyasa-puja of Maharaj, we will have
Om Jnana Timirandasya Dhananjana Salakaya Chakshu Namitam Nina Tasmai Sarvema. It's a great honor and pleasure for me to be here on this very auspicious occasion with our plans of His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Maharaj. Actually, I have no word to glorify him, because he's so exalted. And I can glorify, but one may say that, yeah, because I am friend with him or I am following him, so that's why I'm glorifying him. But the Shastras glorify the spiritual master. The scriptures glorify the spiritual master. If you want to learn the truth, we have to approach, Krishna himself said, we have to approach a bona fide spiritual master, inquire from him submissively and render service unto him. The self-realized soul can impart knowledge into you, because he has seen the truth. This is a scripture statement of glorifying the spiritual master. Krishna does not say, approach me to learn the truth, but he says, approach the spiritual master. And the purport to this verse, Srila Prabhupada explained that the path of self-realization is undoubtedly very difficult. Therefore, the Lord is advising one to oppose the spiritual master in the line of disobedience action. So it's not a sentimental thing to glorify the spiritual master. The spiritual master is bona fide representative of the Lord on earth. So we're very fortunate to have His Holiness here among us and get the chance to try to glorify Maharaj. I will speak a little about the history, the history of Maharaj coming to Mauritius. Actually, Maharaj landed in Mauritius 2006. First time he landed in Mauritius. And then after he came again, second time, came in 2009. And from that time onward, Maharaj is continuously coming to Mauritius to shower his blessing. And the achievement that Maharaj has made is tremendous. He has recruited many devotees. He attracted many youngsters. He initiated accept to give them initiation, although they are not qualified as such. But Maharaj very mercifully accepts them. Plus, he married them also. The young couple, he gets them married. And plus, the devotees who are aspiring also, they also get to get married. Maharaj make arrangement for everyone. See, so this is the nature of Maharaj, to guide others to Krishna consciousness. Maharaj, those that they make a nice statement. He says that there was a question, and first of all, there was a question. And the question was, what about devotees who are fully busy, engaged in Krishna, engaged in service to the Lord, even those who are doing deity worship, even they may touch the feet of the Lord, dress the Lord, decorate the Lord, but they have no time to chant Hare Krishna. Even such a person like the Pujari, who has no time to chant Hare Krishna, this person, what will happen? One day he will get the mentality that there is no one beside me to serve the deities. Only I am qualified to serve the deities. There is no other one. So he will get the mentality because he's not chanting Hare Krishna. So it's a very deep statement Maharaj made. So this is how Maharaj is teaching us how to engage in Krishna consciousness. So we'll humbly ask Maharaj to please come, continuously come. Every year, without exception, Maharaj comes. And he stays 1 month, full month, even a little more than 1 month, and he gives association, very intimate association. And but this time, we also learned from this visit, the last visit, that Maharaj, although he's not compromised about the practice of Krishna consciousness, he doesn't compromise. But yet, he wanted to teach us also that he's not fanatic. Sometimes when I approach him every day, last week I was approaching him, whether Maharaj was a schedule Maharaj, whether you will be here or you are free, you can give Bhagavatam class. And Maharaj said, I'm not free, I'm following a treatment. You see? So Maharaj is not, he does not compromise. It's about the practice of Krishna consciousness, but he's very practical. Maharaj is very practical, about what to do, what not to do, and we learn from Maharaj. So we thank Maharaj a lot, very much for his continuous blessing, and we beg him also to continue to give his blessing again and again. Especially me, I'm very have no qualities at all, but I'm sure I will beg Maharaj today on this auspicious day, and I'm sure he will not refuse. I will beg Maharaj to bless me or to pray for me so that one day I can get a drop of his mercy to follow in his footsteps. His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Maharaj ki jai.
Hare Krishna. Swami Jai Prabhu. That time he was married. His household that time. Brahmachari. Vanaprastha. Vanaprastha? Okay. Vanaprastha. That time he was still with his wife. I met his wife. And I was leaving the next day. I went to the program, we came very late in the program. And his wife wanted to see me. But I said they came and listening to them, I was very concerned. So I spent some time to talk with them. At this time we became close. We started interacting to counsel him and the wife and the children. And the children were all relating very nicely until they were studying. And every year we come to Mauritius, probably is always there. So we arrange program in his centers and he attend the lectures and encourage us to give classes. So we're very, very grateful to you and happy to have you. So we come. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Maharaj. Now we will request Madhurya Bhakti. And Mataji will speak from here.
My friend, can you get it?
Om Ajnanatinandasya Jnananjanasarave Chakshuramitam Yena Tasmai Sivile Namaha Thank you, especially all the Vaishnava here. really get this chance to serve him there while he was doing his austerities. I would like to say many of the devotees, when Maharaj, I remember, from Nigeria, from Ghana, so many devotees used to come in Vrindavan, and it was not easy for them to come in the dham and have the darshan or something. It was a big, big austerity. Especially I see the austerity of Maharaj there. So I get the chance of association and to serve him, me and my children for serving Maharaj there. At this time, I remember we were trying to help the Nigeria Yatra. And his Guru Maharaj was very, very sick in America. And we were, remember, we were trying to send the deity to Nigeria, from Vrindavan to Nigeria. And Bhakti Dhira Maharaj, one of the devotees said, because Bhakti Dhira Maharaj know my brother Advaita Krishna, and they say, oh, Advaita Krishna's sister is in Vrindavan, so she can help us to send the deity. And I got the request from the Nigeria devotee, especially Maharaj, that please help us. So I helped this yatra to make the devotee and send deity in Jaipur and send there. And I remember once, even after that, me and Maharaj went to the market because Maharaj could not speak Hindi. And we went to the market, Loi Bazaar, to buy all the essences of the yatra for temple of Nigeria. I can say Maharaj is a pulse of Nigeria. He make something, you know. I really appreciate these things. That so many devotees there do so many austerities. I remember from Ghana there was Prabhu Srivas and his wife. Once he want to buy some jewelries and some clothes for the deity in Ghana, and she could not afford. Maybe you all remember when you go to Vrindavan, always on Kartik month, there's a table they used to put the old jewelries of Radha Shamsundar to sell and the clothes. And Mataji said, I can buy this for my deity in Ghana. I say, you want to buy, Mataji? Then I say, how you can buy? It's a Maha of Radha Shamsundar. They say, okay, we can't afford you, you know, for our deity in Ghana. So we can just buy all this old one from Radha Shamsundar. Then I said, okay, let me add in something. I just ran and went. I just want to meet the head Pujari Prabhu Mukunda Datta there in Vrindavan. I say, this Maharaj, you want to buy? Do you think it's okay? I say, yes, it's okay. So tell her not to buy now. Tomorrow we will take many, many nice jewelry and outfit of Radha Shamsundar. First of all, we will give Mataji's hand what the rest we will sell. This is mean, the African devotee of the austerity. If you can see Maharaj on the Vyasa-puja, I'm really proud of myself, especially. This morning I had just an idea. From where we get the blessing? The blessing is come from Srila Prabhupada's instruction when you follow strictly. So this is a blessing. Maharaj is like a blessing for us because he follows strictly his Guru Maharaj and Prabhupada's instruction that a insignificant devotee like me are here to glorify him. I'm very, very, very fortunate. And thank you, all of you. Always remind me to come when Maharaj is here to glorify him. Thank you, all of you, and Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Madhurya Bhakti Mataji, for this sweet and nice offering.
Yes, I remember those days. Are we good? I was thinking, devotees were. I've been in northern part of Nigeria, very cold. The south is warm, so the south, the north is very cold. Like India, very cold and very hot. So I have been there in winter like this, you know. So in Brazil, I was also doing the same thing. But Mataji was telling me, "You will die. This is not Africa. It's cold. You will die." Days of winter, I say, "No, I can manage." I say, "You will die." I say, "Mataji, I'm not." So she has to force me to the market. Went to buy some, and I got it hot. The cold came. Really tough. Not like today. Today you don't see that. That time it's fall. Yes, you can't see the daytime. You walk into a car. Oh. It was really disturbing. The cold was entering into my head. I cannot study again because the book is like ice. I have to run to Mumbai. Since that time to now, she has always been helping us, supporting us. When we get there, it's all these are my African. They also let me do something. She's always taking care of us. And one day, I'm to the university, who is a friend. So he asked me, "So Maharaj, when are you going to start initiating?" She answered, "No, I don't want my brother to do this business. There's so many gurus are not taking care of the disciples. I don't want my brother to do the same thing. He should not go for that." So I should remember. So I'm trying to take care of disciples because he initiated the idea. Why you take disciples you cannot care for? She gave me that idea. So I'm very indebted to you for that. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Maharaj. So now we request His Grace Ramandev Prabhu to come forward and speak a few words in glorification of Maharaj. And after that, we request Mataji Ananga Manjari. And after she speaks, His Grace Abhaya Krishna Prabhu will, I don't know for him, he will sing a bhajan on the occasion of the Vyasa-puja of Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, please accept our humble obeisances at the lotus feet. Before I came in acquaintance with Maharaj, I was reading Bhakti Dhira Damodara books. When first of all I read the books, I started reading all the books of Bhakti Dhira Swami. So when I was reading the book and almost completing all the books, I wanted to meet Maharaj because of the deepness of the philosophy and so much very special knowledge I got in the book. I was so very inspiring. But in those days, Maharaj was already infected with cancer. So I was very much in anxiety what to do now, because he was just to live a few months like this. Then I was thinking how to associate with him. He will be no more on this planet. So soon after some time, His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Maharaj, in the year 06, he came to Mauritius. And someone told me, you know, a disciple of sannyasi disciples of His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Swami Maharaj has come to Mauritius. I was very satisfied, very happy, and very pleased. I wanted to meet him. So in those days, there was a devotee named Kishore Krishna. He was taking care of Maharaj. I told him that I would like to meet this sannyasi, and I would like if he'd come out of our place and have a prasad. So he said, you know, this sannyasi, he takes only 1 meal per day. So when I heard this, nowadays sannyasi, only 1 meal per day, I was a bit amazed, because only in books that we see the austerities that 6 Goswamis and others were doing like this. But when I came to know that he takes only 1 meal per day, my eagerness just increased to meet him more. So some days after I came to know that Maharaj, on the days of Ekadasi, remains full fast. So I was very much impressed more when I heard that he full fast, because full fast never existed in our practice. We never did full fast. I do not know anybody full fast on the day of Ekadasi. So I was very much interested to invite Maharaj to come our place for a program. So when Maharaj came, and the devotees, they were so much amused by his lecture and appreciated the way he was speaking and simplicity, everything like this. So later on, all my children and others became his disciples without just any canvassing, something like this. So I am very pleased, Maharaj, his simplicity. Some years ago, when Maharaj was in Mauritius, a devotee of Lokanath Maharaj, he told me that he wants to speak with Maharaj. I told him, okay, you can go and see him. When this devotee came after meeting Maharaj, he said, Prabhu, something extraordinary I noticed. I told him, what happened? Something wrong? He said, no, this Maharaj is so simple. He's so humble. He gave me all the time to just explain everything, and at any time he did not show any sign of discomfort or not willing to speak with me. Even my own Guru Maharaj, I did not get time to speak with him. So this way of preaching and the consciousness and the character of Maharaj is not very common, even in ISKCON. I see so many devotees who are too much engaged, but Maharaj always have some time to meet anybody who wants to meet him. One day, a person came to see Maharaj, and it was in the beginning. So the one who was taking care of him told him that Maharaj cannot meet you because he's engaged, something like this. Maharaj came to know that someone came to meet him and he was just returned. Maharaj said, no, never do this, because amongst all the privilege that I have, the privilege to meet anybody, anytime, want to come to meet me, just allow him to come. I don't want to just like this. So like this, Maharaj, all the qualities that he have. Sometimes people speak and they speak against me. They say that you are a disciple of His Holiness Krishnadas Maharaj. So why are you so much attached with His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami? So it is the qualities of a person, the simplicity. When you go to meet him, he always has time and listen very carefully. Maharaj, he listens, a very good listener, and he always gives the right answer and the right answer very perfect way. Even I am not his disciple, when I phone him for something, any trouble we have, so if I am not able to speak with him, after some time he will call me back. And sometimes when I do not phone him 1 or 2 weeks or 3 weeks like this, he himself phone to have what is happening in our family, is everything is okay or not. So in this way, I'm very much pleased with Maharaj. He does not see you a disciple or not, any disciple or not. So he has a character that he has taken the same steps of his spiritual master to do in such a way that you will be always pleased when you come to meet him every time. You will be pleased always. So with these words, I close my Hare Krishna. So Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you very much, Swamiji.
Spiritual Prabhu is it's my I give class. He come and summarize it for me. He will summarize the lecture coach I gave him 2 hours, 1 hour, something. He will summarize it in just 3, 4, 5 every time. So he's also listening very carefully, and he does appreciate. Therefore, he can get everything. It's difficult to get people to hear in the class. For someone to be able to give you feedback means I listened to the person and hear properly, so you can do that. So every time I always look forward to see what all the people is coming to tell me after the class. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you, Maharaj. Now we need to request Bhakti Dhira Damodara.
Hare Krishna. Guru Maharaj. Om Jnanatimindasya Jnanjanarkhaya Tasvaminitamena Tasmai Sri Guru Namaha. Panchatapatriyasya Pasindhuri Vajapitaram Paunime Vaishnava Namaha. Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj. Happy Vyasa-puja to you.
Thank you.
I'm very happy because it's a strict association with the devotees. Just like you were telling this morning, that devotees are sweet. So everything is coming from the lotus house of all the devotees are very sweet and glorifying. And a nice moment for the Vyasa-puja or the 65th anniversary to you, Guru Maharaj. And just like we got the chance to serve you, you are very practical. You are telling us about your association. Just to do on the childhood, before you were coming and you were telling us, we will have a conversation like, what our childhood, how was we were living. And you were telling a disciple, after a disciple is the mango tree there, the Krishna temple there. You never been the life we have been together. You just show us like how we were together. There were no walls in our neighbors and friends. We were running here and go there. We kept taking everything. But friendly was like our life was like a village. Just like we were living in Vrindavan. And even Guru Maharaj was staying in Nigeria. He says their lives also they were like that. So it's teaching as an example. And the love we get through the countries, the villages, our aunties. And Guru Maharaj also was telling that, he never missed his mother because there were always ladies around him taking care of. So even the community above, Guru Maharaj every time he speaks about the community, the communication that we are together, to bring together. But this is a very practical way to Guru Maharaj, it teaches us and to live together and to serve together and we become one family. And just like we are here, we're serving Srila Prabhupada, one family, and we're serving together, and we are getting nice, nice time together and serve together Srila Prabhupada in one family. And here he was telling about Guru Maharaj many times he says about how to serve the devotees and Vaishnavas And today, just I was telling about one example, was telling about the one devotee, just like, I forgot the name, but it was telling that class this morning, just like, there's a person was sitting there and doing his seva, and he was like, whatever is being dirty in front of the like, people will come and not attack with him. But Guru Maharaj is different. Everyone can approach it, even the child can come to him anytime, even at night, even anytime he can come. Guru Maharaj was saying that he has eyes like Parikshit, he can see anyone hot. It's very real, very true. Whenever sometimes we can't talk, we cannot meet Guru Maharaj will come when having problem. I cannot tell him that I was thinking of him. But the call is coming even type 10 at night when I'm in bed. Then Guru Maharaj will speak to me personally. Because I have not tell him that he speaks to me, he phoned me. He talked to me, everything is okay. And it is also only the phone comes with Guru Maharaj is here, everything is relieved. Every pain is gone. I was getting the pain in the knees and Guru Maharaj was telling me, I said, Maharaj, I couldn't walk. He said, Guru Maharaj said, I will make you dance. I will make you dance. And one day I'm telling you, I will sing and you will dance. And Guru Maharaj that day, he did a nice kirtan and he was jumping high and dancing and like we don't know how the energy comes. This is a Guru Maharaj association. Even yesterday also, he noticed and this morning he was telling me, so you danced yesterday also. So I told Guru Maharaj to make me dance. So please Guru Maharaj, give me the blessing that I can dance on your words and I can search the Prabhupada. Thank you, Guru Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
Keep dancing. Keep dancing. And serve Sister solution. She's very connected with us. So much so that if never had to accept her someone. And not only me, Radha Solution came to her and told her, you are here cooking and eating, but you're not giving me anything. You give me the fruit. What is that? So the next morning, she cooked all the preparations I put it to. So I said, what is this? Oh, they chastised me this night. I said, oh, very good. You waited for chastisement. So now you continue. So he said, oh, we finish this other solution. And that is eternal service for the Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Maharaj.
See you later. You can pass it.
So very good. So big Haribol for His Holiness Vrindavan Chandra Goswami Maharaj. Haribol! Louder please. Haribol! So now we will request His Grace Advaita Krishna Prabhu to lead us in bhajan, and he will also speak a few words about Maharaj. And just after him, we will request His Grace Raghunath Prabhu to speak a few words. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. You can sit.
Hare Krishna. Vanchakalpatarvasya kripa sindhuvya vachapachutaram pavnebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Bhakti Dhira Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine. Nirvishesha Shanyavadi Paschatra Deshatayine. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shadvaita Gadadhar Sivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So it's a new generation of spiritual masters and sannyasis in our movement. And I'm very honored and happy to have met His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Maharaj in 2003 or thereabout. I'm not good with dates. And I'm just so happy also that he's been for some time now. And just to put things in perspective about what I'm saying in general in the development of Krishna consciousness, it brings to mind what His Holiness Kadamakanana Swami Maharaj said some few days ago, which really touched my heart. And this is like a new era of development of Krishna consciousness. And he said, because of course we are praying for His Holiness and the difficulties Maharaj is having with his health, and he said something so interesting. And he said, I would love my disciples to be known as the kindest people, the kindest devotees. And I was just discussing with one senior devotee this morning about this. He said, yeah, this is a new thing. But also we can see that previously we would be talking exclusively only about people being Krishna conscious and not developing so much about human nature, not developing so much of available for people in general. But all of that we can see now. You know, I know Maharaj personally, and I can see that he embodies a lot of these wonderful qualities: kindness, generosity, humility, and being available for devotees in general. And I've seen it practically how he was very much instrumental in Nigeria, and a lot of the developments in Nigeria after Bhakti Dhira Maharaj left was left under his care, and especially in West Africa. And like my sister was pointing out, it is all very simple in a sense to understand that if someone is very seriously following Srila Prabhupada and one is very seriously following the orders of the spiritual master and very seriously following and also being very austere and simple, then so much blessings, unlimited blessings come. So every time I see Maharaj, and I see always Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj together with him, and of course Srila Prabhupada, because that's our parampara system. But one thing I also learned from my own spiritual master, and I used to be able to sit down and ask him a few questions, and I asked him, how does it help for our offering to reach Krishna in the parampara? And he explained to me that it is through the Adhara Shakti, through the mercy of the Supreme Lord, that if you offer something to Srila Prabhupada and you're not initiated by Srila Prabhupada, then only that little offering will go to Krishna. But if you offer something to Krishna and you offer it to your spiritual master, then it goes through the parampara system, and when the offering reaches Krishna, the offering is multiplied by as many number of times as the parampara wish for it to be. And as he gave me an example I don't understand, and he said very nicely to me, and he said, if you make a pakora, chutney, and a rice, and you offer it to Krishna, that's what Krishna is going to get. But if you make that preparation and you give it to your spiritual master will offer it to his spiritual master, and he will add a few items to it. And then his spiritual master will add a few items to it. And then his spiritual master will add a few items to it. And then when Krishna gets it, it's a whole feast. So he said, this is the wonderful glory of the Adhara Shakti, that everything is accommodated. The whole energy of Krishna is accommodated in that one person called the Guru.
So by actually approaching the spiritual master humbly and offering him, we are multiplying our offerings in the parampara system by so many thousands and thousands of times. And the same thing was explained in the deity worship seminar I attended by Pankaj Jangli Prabhu wasn't here, and I understood that very nicely. So whenever I see this arrangement, it's better to always be the servant of 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 the servant. So I thank Maharaj for allowing me opportunities to be with him, to have his association, and I hardly do anything as service for him, which is on my own failings. I hope to be able to serve him in some way or the other. So thank you so much, Maharaj, for coming to Mauritius. Thank you so much for being a friend, and thank you so much for following so nicely so we get inspired. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you, Advaita Krishna Prabhu. Yeah, it was 2003 we first met. And the Soledad Baptism asked Advaita Krishna Prabhu to come to West Africa. So he went to. Thank you very much. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Thank you. So Advaita Krishna Prabhu, he came to Ghana, from Ghana he came to Nigeria. And when he came and started preaching, supporting us there, we were very happy and we developed relationship with him before I met his sister, and he was coming there to help us. And then we've been associating since then, and we were studying the scripture together. He's very, very knowledgeable, very deep in the scriptures. And then we studied nectar devotion also together. And do Bhagavatam with them. So he said they are the best of my students. Because all the students are really very mature. And from my experience in teaching for many years, you get so many students who ask questions to challenge, to pull their leg. They are said they are much. So I feel very, very comfortable with your now Bhakti Sasti. I'm going to Bhakti Baba, I come to Bhakti Sasti, and Bhakti Bible like that. According to the level of students we have. We have different levels of devotees, the students. So I'm happy to have a sister address the Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, nous annonce on a une voiture, une auto, une Toyota Vitz couleur gris, 5331, quelque chose comme ça. C'est le bloc de circulation par devant, s'il vous plaît, s'il gagne sur l'auto, par bougie. Toyota Vitz couleur gris, 5331. Et merci beaucoup. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki. So nous poussons samsara prayers dans sa evening tune. Et nous toca méditer dans nos Guru Vargas. Et so Dhira Damodara Maharaj, Lo Bhakti Dhira Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, the maître spirituel respectivement. C'est non rien qui glorifié. Nous Guru Parampara plus qui ça intéressant kirtan. So I'm just humbly requesting we just sing samsara, something that actually glorifies Guru Parampara, His Holiness, our Guru Parampara, the Supreme Lord. So we will sing this, and please sing along. Samsaradava nanalidloka Ganayakarunya Gana Gana Tvam Samsaradava Ganayakarunya Gana Gana Tvam Rakasya Kalyana Gunarnamasya Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam Mahaprabhu Kirtana Nitya Gita Vaditra Madhyam Manasoyena Romanchakamba Sutaranga Vajo Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam Vigraharadhana Nityanana Singaratan Mandiramarjanado Yuktasya Bhaktam Sariyunjatohi Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam Chaturvidha Sri Bhagavat Prasado Swadhana Triptan Hari Bhakti Sangam Ajato Sadeva
Vande Guru Sri Charanaravinda. Radhika Madhava Yorupara Madhurya Lila Gunarupa Nam Nam Sri Radhika Madhava Yorupara Madhurya Lila Gunarupa Nam Nam Radhika Thank you very much. Thank you. Vande Guru Sri Charanaravinda. Nikunjayo no rati kelisiya Yayalidhi Yukya Pukshaniya Rakshat Ativalavasya Vande Guru Sri Charanaravinda. Rakshadorite na samasta shastre Yukaskatha bhagyataiva sati Krutharite Kintu Prabhoya Viragasya Vande Guru Vande Guru Sri Charanaravinda. Vande Guru Sri Charanaravinda. Vande Guru Sri Charanaravinda. Vande Guru Sri Charanaravinda. Yasya prasada prasado Yasya prasada nagati kutopi Yasya prasada bhagavat prasado Jayam Subham Tatvayasya Chitanyam Vande Guru Charanarvindam Jayam Subham Tatvayasya Chitanyam Vande Guru Charanarvindam Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada. Gurudev, Gurudev, Jai Gurudev. Jai Jai Gurudev, 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 Jai Gurudev. Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami Maharaj ki, Bhakti Dhira Swami Maharaj ki, Srila Prabhupada Jagat Guru Patipavan Seve Vasol ki, Sri Srinidai Gaura Brahmanande.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Hare Krishna Prabhu. So we will now proceed with our ceremonies, and we will now request His Grace Raghunath Prabhu to please come on stage and speak a few words about Maharaj. After His Grace Raghunath Prabhu, we will request Prabhu Premananda Prabhu, His Grace Premananda Prabhu, and then Chitramalini, His Grace Ramachandra Prabhu, and Anuradha Priya Mataji. So we will request devotees who have any offering for Maharaj to wait a little bit. When devotees are speaking, we will like to hear from devotees, and later on there will be opportunity to give the offerings to Maharaj. And Bedevan Bandevo, s'il vous plaît, pendant que Bandevo peut causer, à partir de stage, puis le Maharaj tout offering. Après, prenons l'occasion pour capable de Maharaj tout offering. Oh, please. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, on a une annonce, une voiture 3541, une Toyota Vitz, et bloc circulation 3541, s'il vous plaît, 42 de merci.
नमाम विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति धीर दामोदर स्वामी इति नामिने वाञ्छकल्प तरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. Actually, it is said in the scriptures, Yasya Deve Para Bhaktir, Yasya Deve Tatha Guru, Tashyarte Arthe Katitaha Saha, Prakashante Mahatmana. And to those who have unflinching faith toward the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, and the spiritual master, or all the imports of Vedic literature, Vedic knowledge, actually automatically reveal. This is a very powerful statement. And we can see that Srila Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami Maharaj is a perfect example of this particular verse. As we all know, Maharaj is very famous worldwide for his powerful lectures, seminars, question and answers session, and Bhakti Shastri courses in Vrindavan. Whenever we hear Maharaj lecture, we got inspiration to become more serious in our spiritual practices. Srila Dhira Damodara Swami Maharaj is a pakka guru, genuine spiritual master in our society. And I can say that without any doubt, those who have got initiation from His Holiness, Maharaj can take all his disciples back home, back to Godhead. You have to say loudly. So I feel very fortunate and blessed on this auspicious day of His Holiness, Holiness Dhira Damodara Maharaj Vyasa-puja. So I would also like to thank all the devotees who has organizing this wonderful program. So I take opportunity to ask Maharaj his blessing. As his name is Dhira Damodara, actually is a, I have to say that, is a real Dhira Purusha. Et moi, je suis content, j'ajoute un incident, comme Maharaj vient Maurice pour la première fois. I'm saying that when you came Mauritius for the first time. Et Maharaj, le chipé sur la gauge. Et ça, dans ISKCON Phoenix là-bas. Maharaj piasé pour la première fois une sannyasi et me trouve comme ça piasé. Là, on peut demander un dévot avec ça, un dévot, ça, Dhira Damodara Maharaj, Bhakti Dhira Swami, son disciple. Et la ligne perdue sur la gauge. Puis, il n'y a aucun symptôme, frustration dans ce figure. Il est complètement dans transe. Là, on demande à Samarada comment il appelé. Là, un dévon, il appelle Bhakti Dhira Damodara Maharaj. Alors, ça nom là, c'est un nom, comment dire, un nom qui est bien placé pour lui. Et là, des jours de cela, je viens de pour gagner ce darshan. et sans bluffer, mon fil, comment dire, pour associer avec une personnalité comme ça, mon fil, mon purifié. Mon purifié. Comment expliquer d'après Narottam Das Thakur, Darshane pavitra karo ye tumhara gun. Gangara pareshe hoibe pastate pavan. Si jamais on peut envie de purifier ou vous en laine, payer biais, délice pour Haridwar, pour prendre div de Ganga. Mais par contre, Ganga, dans forme, Dhira Damodara Maharaj, et dono darshan. Et darshane pavitra karo ye tumhara gun. Et me fier qui me naît dans un era qui a une personnalité comme ça. Hari. Et on this most auspicious day, I request Maharaj to shower your glance upon me so that we can also carry on in our spiritual life. Thank you very much, Maharaj. Hare Krishna. Hare Bol.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Krishna, fulfill your desire to be granted by us.
Thank you very much, Maharaj. Now I will request His Grace Premananda Prabhu to please come forward. And just after that, we will request His Grace Ramachandra Prabhu. And Anuradha Priya Mataji, if she's around.
Hare Krishna. Alors, vous venez graduer par mon temps glorification des Maharaj. Alors, Dhira Maharaj, Bhakti Dhira Maharaj ki jai. Bhakti Dhira Maharaj ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.
Premananda Prabhu ki.
Hare Krishna. Dear Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. Maharaj, it is your compassion that you have accepted to celebrate your Vyasa-puja. And it is your kindness and affectionate towards conditioned souls like us, because that is giving us the opportunity to offer some words of glorification on this most auspicious day of your Vyasa-puja. Prahlad Maharaj says in Srimad Bhagavatam 7.9.12 that by offering prayers and glorification to the Lord, one gets purified from material contamination and gradually becomes fixed in Krishna consciousness. But more powerful than the glory of the Lord is the glories of the devotees. Because Krishna is more satisfied when his devotee is glorified than himself. Krishna showers his mercy to dedicated souls like Your Holiness. And after all, Krishna presence is best felt in the association of such devotees. In the material world, people celebrate birthday. And on our birthday, we expect good wishes from others. people say as happy birthday. But today but when great devotees like Bhakti Dhira Damodara Maharaj celebrates his birthday, we do not wish him happy birthday because his life is already auspicious and blissful. It is he who makes us happy. It is he who makes us blissful by showering his mercy upon us. Real happiness can be experienced by dedicating oneself to the service of one who is fully dedicated to the service of spiritual master and Lord Chaitanya. Maharaj, you are one of these shining examples of dedicated souls in the service of Guru and Guru Ranga. I also pay my humble obeisances to your mother because she gave this world a son like you who is making so many people happy by opening the door of spiritual world, Goloka, to the conditioned souls. In Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, chapter 7, text 5, Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport, the Lord has suggested, therefore, by the influence of the speech of the saintly person who have actually realized the Supreme, men are engaged in his transcendental loving service. The conditioned soul gets the taste for hearing about the Lord, and by such hearing only, he is gradually elevated to the platform of respect, devotion, and attachment for the Lord. Maharaj, by your dedication to your spiritual master and Srila Prabhupada, you have become the example of a person who is elevated to the platform of respect, devotion, and attachment for the Lord. By the influence of your speech, you are inspiring and helping so many conscious souls who surrender to the process of devotional service. Your dedication to the mission of spreading Krishna consciousness is an inspiration for others. I humbly beg at your lotus feet to make me the recipient of your mercy and bless me so that I can truly develop the proper mood of service to the devotees and to the Lord.
Thank you very much. Good teacher, scholarly, very gentle, composed, surrender to Krishna consciousness. It's a wonderful devotee. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you very much, Maharaj. So we will now invite the Praise Ramachandra Prabhu to speak a few words. And just after him, we will request Anuradha Priyamataji to come and speak a few words about Maharaj. And then we will have a few words from his Grace Vyasa-puja Prabhu. And we will also request him to lead the bhajan for Maharaj.
Pamukyanam Timirandasya Gyananjanasanakaya Chakshurandhitamino Tashmai Shri Gurave Namaha Panchakalpatarabhyasya Vipasindubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanibhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namaha. Hare Krishna Maharaj. Today is a very auspicious day, and we are very grateful to Maharaj to be here in Mauritius for celebrating the Vyasa-puja. In fact, Krishna is more pleased by glorifying his devotees than glorifying himself. So I will refer myself to the verse of Bhagavad Gita 434, where Krishna tells that Vidi Paripatena Pariprashena Sevaya Upadeshesna Jnana Jnaninas Darshina. In the purport to this verse, Srila Prabhupada mentioned that the spiritual path is undoubtedly very difficult. We need a spiritual master. And Srila Prabhupada, in the purport, he mentioned how we should serve the spiritual master. And in Maharaj books, Spiritual Connection, Maharaj very clearly defines the mood of surrender. And there are 3 activities: Paripatena, Pariprashnena, and Sevaya. And Maharaj very in details, he gives how we should serve the spiritual master. And I've read the book, and it's very enlightening. And he also mentioned about Ramanujacharya, and where he gives the last word in religion. Ramanujacharya was writing many books, and when he was writing many books, the disciples were getting difficulty in understanding these books. So they approached the spiritual master, and they told him what is the conclusion of all these books. It's very difficult for us. So due to compassion, then Ramanujacharya, he boiled down all his writings into one word. And the disciples were very amazed and how can all these writings comes to one word? And the words was surrender. And it was a very affirmative note, surrender. And Maharaj is a perfect example of how he surrendered his life to his spiritual master. And I'm very pleased to be an instrument in Maharaj's service. And I remember one incident, one time, when Hari Prabhu and Mataji Parvati was getting married. I was there. I was just there because I was invited, and I had a service to drive His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Bhagat Maharaj also. So I was there, and while the fire sacrifice was going on, for me it was like a usual wedding, and I was just there sitting by the corner. Now all of a sudden Maharaj called me, and I was like, what's going on, what Maharaj is going on? And Maharaj told me to put ghee in the fire sacrifice. So I noticed that Maharaj was very focused in the wedding, and he was fully blessing the wedding. And for me, it was like a usual, but Maharaj was very focused, and he was blessing the wedding. And while I was pouring the ghee, Maharaj was very happy and he was like glowing. I was also glowing. Maharaj was also very happy, and I was also happy because at first I was like afraid, why should I put ghee in the fire when the priest was already there? But I don't know why Maharaj called me, but I was happy to see Maharaj happy. And in fact, in the purport to the verse, Srila Prabhupada mentioned that satisfaction of the spiritual master is a secret. The secret for success is the satisfaction of the spiritual master. So I will beg today, and I will pray for the Maharaj blessing. Let me be an instrument in serving the Vaishnavas, and let me give you the smile always, and that will be my perfection of my life. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you. God answer your prayers. We give you more service as you are really dedicated to service.
Thank you very much, Maharaj. Thank you, Maharaj. We will just
Hare Krishna.
Dear Gurudev, please accept my humble obeisances at the dust of your lotus feet on this most auspicious day of your Vyasa-puja. All glories to your divine grace, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Gurudev, you are an exalted personality whose association everyone dreams of having in their life. You give yourself 100% to everyone, not keeping anything for yourself. You give so much of your time to preach to different devotees in different parts of the world. Brazil, Mauritius, India, Africa, and others. You are always enthusiastic when you talk about every topic of discussion. Moreover, you patiently answer the questions asked by the audience, even if you have already given the answer during the lecture. In fact, you dive more deeply into the topic to give more detailed explanation so that no doubts remain within us. Gurudev, you are the true friend of everyone because you give Krishna to everyone without discrimination. You are the shelter for us all. You have no personal motivation. Although you are motivated by the desires of your Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Swami, you enliven everyone by your words, your smile, your humility, and your spotless character. Dear Gurudev, I am very grateful to you for all the support you give me. I cannot explain how much I feel indebted to you for giving me so much affection. I really do not deserve anything. It is only your natural compassion, your fatherly tendencies, such as caring and protective nature, which you share with us all. I thank you from the core of my heart for everything you have done and are still doing for me. Gurudev, on this most auspicious day of your Vyasa-puja, I beg you to please give me the intelligence and strength of heart to take advantage of your mercy so that I can make progress in my spiritual life. Praying to always remain under the shelter of your lotus feet and that you do not let me leave you under any circumstances. Your daughter, Anuradha Priyadidas.
Hare Krishna. There's no question in you. There's nothing I you. Telling it tight together, say, no question in you.
Thank you, Maharaj. Thank you, Maharaj. And now invite His Grace Mashanatha Prabhu to speak a few words.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Thank you.
And after that, Prabhu will lead a bhajan. And rest of the request two more devotees to speak. His Grace Vaishnava Murti Prabhu and His Grace Jayananda Prabhu. And then after this, we will proceed with the next program, which is Pushpanjali.
No question.
The next one, after that,
Pushpanjali, you will buy. See you.
Yeah, Maharaj, it's very nice to have you in Mauritius now during Vyasa-puja. Actually, every year we have been assisting your Vyasa-puja, but this year is very special because of the personal presence. And now it's not only Babu, but you present personally. It's not only Vani, but now you're Vapu also. So it's very, very nice to see you with a big smile. And actually it makes my heart, feel big by seeing you every time. And every time seeing a Vaishnava is like, I could say, it's like monsoon is a drought season in this material world. Just Vanath Chakravarti Thakur has explained, the spiritual master is like rain, and it extinguishes all this from the material world, the burning fire of this material world. So every time when you come here in Mauritius, December time, it's like season of bloom, where you can see all the flowers coming up. and big smiles, big kirtan, nice lecture, and also nice dancing. And during Rath Yatra also, it's nice to see you during kirtan, facing you and seeing you how you are enjoying the holy name and the dancing. Last time I asked Maharaj, so we have not been seeing you and we have been missing you. He said, yes, I was in a treatment. So I asked Maharaj, how are you feeling? He said, now I'm feeling good because I can dance. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has given the explanation of his spiritual master, Mahaprabhu Kirtanya Nritya Gita. The spiritual master, he chants the name of the Mahaprabhu's name, and he also dances Nritya Gita, and he glorifies Mahaprabhu. So Maharaj, you are, spiritual master, as stated by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur on the second verse of this Guru Astakam. So there is more to explain, and there is no limit how I can glorify you, and also your classes, your book, your prasadam time, your smile, and your caring of the devotees, and pleasing the devotees. I remember one time I learned how to cook. I didn't learn. I knew that banana flour sabji is very nice and it's very good in Bengal. They cook a lot. So I tried it at home. I tried it. And it was not so good. It was very bitter. And I saw Maharaj, and Maharaj ate all. I saw Maharaj is enjoying it. But when I tasted it, then I knew it was not to taste. But Maharaj was like enjoying, and then he couldn't, he was accepting whatever we gave him on his plate. So sorry for that, Maharaj. I'm so neophyte devotee and trying to please. I'm always like that, trying to please, but please forgive me for that. And on this auspicious day of Vyasa-puja, I'm praying to you that be kindly merciful unto me. Bestow the holy name unto me. Bestow your mercy so that I can also chant and dance. Because after pandemic and everything, my spiritual life has diminishes a lot, has coming down a lot, and I'm losing power. So on this auspicious day of Vyasa-puja, I really beg Maharaj, kindly be merciful and bestow your mercy upon me, so I can start again and take up to my spiritual life more seriously. And I hope to see you December time, and every year and every time. Thank you, Maharaj.
Thank you. And our child explained the 6 parama apparatus. 6 parama apparatus. And one of them is not to be happy on a single devotee. So the single teacher from is happy single devotee. So you're free from parama. So you are the part of liberation. And you remember their daughter always make jewels from a deity single.
Yes,
yeah. So how can we miss that? We always come for that. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you very much. Prabhu, thank you, Maharaj. Now we request Prabhu to be bhajan for us. And then after the bhajan, we will request 2 more devotees to speak. And then we will proceed with the next part of the program. Pushpanjali, cake cutting, sharam, chanting and dancing. We will.
Gurudev, 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 Jai Gurudev.
And she get
हे वैष्णव ठाकुरा दया रासा वेदा से
Dhira Damodara Maharaj ki jai. Dhira Damodara Maharaj Vyasa-puja celebration ki jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Vaishnava Thakur ki jai.
Hare Krishna, thank you very much, His Grace Nashingatita Prabhu, for very sweet and melodious bhajan. Now we request His Grace Vaikuntamurti Prabhu to speak a few words for the glorification of Maharaj. And then after that, we will request His Grace Jayananda Prabhu.
See when you do it.
Om Gyana Timirandasya Gyaranjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Vancha Kalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, this is of the whole year, all the festivals we celebrate. From January to December, this is my favorite festival. It's the one I am the most happy. I remember the first day I met Maharaj and I spoke with Maharaj. It was in Vrindavan while I was still working on my Guru Maharaj's book. So I think it was after Srimad Bhagavatam class that Maharaj gave. So Maharaj was standing near the prasadam, Mahaprasadam counter facing Rishi Gauranitai. So I saw Maharaj from a distance and I smiled. Maharaj also gave me his wonderful smile. So then I went to speak with Maharaj, and I remember that very well because it left a very deep impression on me. Any wonderful personality, any great personality, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Himself, before you see, you hear about first. We don't see Krishna first, we hear about Krishna first, and then we see Krishna. So I had heard about the glories of Maharaj before actually meeting with Maharaj. And I had heard about Maharaj's wonderful qualities through the devotees from Mauritius who were visiting Vrindavan, because I myself was stationed in Vrindavan, so I wasn't here to witness Maharaj's activities here and to to assist, to participate, but the devotees were telling me about this. So the first thing I said to Maharaj was, Maharaj, thank you very much for everything you're doing for the devotees in Mauritius. And I think I said to Maharaj, Maharaj, thank you for supporting the devotees in the Krishna consciousness. And Maharaj, he gave a very simple reply. It's just a few words what Maharaj said, but I always remembered, I never forgot this. It stayed with me all these years. Maharaj, he simply said, well, first he gave all the credit to Srila Prabhupada. He said, this is Srila Prabhupada's mercy, whatever we are doing. And then Maharaj said, yes, this is what the movement needs the most right now. It is to support the devotees in their Krishna consciousness. And the reason why it left such a deep impression on me is because Maharaj understood what is the priority. And he was acting on that. And that is the quality of a leader. It is also the quality of someone who is completely surrendered to the disciplic succession. Because only a surrendered personality, he thinks in this way. What service does ISKCON need the most? And as soon as he understands this, as soon as he's aware of it, he does not hesitate, he takes action, he acts upon it. Only a surrendered personality can do this. It is not easy for a conditioned soul to put the priority of the Guru's mission really in the truest sense as topmost. So it left this very deep impression on me, and immediately just from that I understood Maharaj's real, amazing, wonderful, and extraordinary position. And this is something I have also seen Maharaj do over the years countless times. And one thing I came to understand from having been able to spend some time with Maharaj also is, it was when we were in one of our, maybe it might have been the second trip that we took to Seychelles. So we were coming back to Mauritius. And so it's a morning flight, so we have to leave early. And everything was ready, we were all packed. We were just waiting for the vehicle to come to pick us up. And one of the qualities of the advanced Vaishnavas is they do not waste time. There are many different qualities by which we recognize the advancement of the different levels of devotees, but the topmost devotees, one of the qualities they have is they never waste time. So Maharaj was not wasting time, even though we were waiting for the vehicle to come. So he took his phone, and I remember he said to Prem Vilas Prabhu, I'm going to answer my WhatsApp messages. This is my enjoyment. And I thought about this very deeply over the years. What came to my mind was, we all know Maharaj for his unusual, I will say superhuman level of austerity, of tapasya. And if we actually see what is the definition of austerity that is given by Srila Prabhupada in his purports, Srila Prabhupada gives the definition of austerity. He says, austerity means to voluntarily accept inconvenience for a higher purpose, whether it's for one's own purification or for the upliftment of others. So again, it is to voluntarily accept inconvenience for a higher cause. But one thing I realized with Maharaj is, Maharaj, he changed the definition of austerity. That definition does not apply to him anymore, because Maharaj, he does not see this as inconvenience. What we ordinary, conditioned soul will see, okay, this is not pleasing to my mind and senses. This is inconvenience. But then with the intelligence, they say, okay, I will voluntarily accept this inconvenience because I know there is something higher to be obtained. But Maharaj does not think like that. This is not what we think is inconvenience. For him, it is not inconvenience. For him, it is enjoyment. He relishes it. It is service. It is his service to the Guru Parampara. He does not see like this, that this is, it's not even in his thinking. He does not see that this is an inconvenience. And the only way this is possible is when there is love. When there is very, very deep love, then the definition of this inconvenience changes. There is no longer any inconvenience. Everything is an offering. Everything is an offering to Guru. Everything is an opportunity to serve. This is only possible for very, very exceptional, surrendered personalities like Maharaj. So I was very fortunate to be able to witness this. It is my great fortune to be able to see this. It's very humbling, and actually we have nothing. There is nothing that we think it's illusion. We think this is mine. There's nothing. We don't own anything. Everything we have is given, and everything we have will also be taken away. Everything we have, any service we do, is given by the spiritual master. So I don't know if we can say that we really have any hope of being able to do anything by ourselves, whether externally or internally. We're actually helpless. So we're dependent. And when we are dependent, it means it's not in your hands. It means you can't choose. You can't decide. It's not up to you. So when you're helpless and when you're dependent, the only thing you can do is to pray. What do we pray for? Please do not reject me, that's all. That's my success. The rest of it is not, what we think is success is not success. It's just, please don't reject me. Whatever I have is by your mercy. If it has to be taken away, it will be taken away. Just keep me near you. Keep me near your lotus feet. Somehow or other, please allow me to continue serving despite my own stubbornness, despite my own limitations. So that's our prayer. And it is by great fortune that we come across a personality like Maharaj. As we just heard in the bhajan, everything, the holy name, we don't get the holy name by ourselves. It is given to us. It has to come to us through someone who has the holy name. Krishna say Tumara, Krishna Rite Para. That's what we just sang. Thank you very much for everything, Maharaj. Please don't reject us. Keep us near you. His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami Maharaj, Vyasa-puja Maha Mahotsav ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.
For me, he's a powerful friend. How can we reject a friend?
who is so loving and very caring and always there to serve. Our Situ project is going on nicely because he's pushing. He's pushing. Powerful manager. Powerful manager. So we're very happy to have the powerful tools with us. Yes, so we'll move together. We all came together with purpose by Krishna ceremony, so we'll go together. No question of abandonment. Our child, they taught us a simple way to play. Don't take our offenses seriously. So we'll move together. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Maharaj. Thank you very much for your very brief offering to the respecting committee Prabhu. So now we request Vijayananda Prabhu to speak a few words.
And then, yes. Okay.
Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Dhira Damodara Yati Sri Bhakti Tirthasya Guna Bhavanuvartane Sarvada Sarvaraksha Pradayani Sri Radhe Krishna Gauranga Gaisi Sarvada Nityananda Vipamate Pranamami Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Tirthasya Namaste Krishna Padaya Prabhupada Statmani Sri Gaura Karuna Shakti Bhakti Tirthasya Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namni Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Pastyati Risha. Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Please accept my humble obeisances as a dust of your lotus feet. All glories to your divine grace. All glories to our Bhakti Dhira Swami. All glories to Prabhupada. So, Guru Maharaj, I have been struggling in this material, in the ocean of this material existence since time immemorial. Out of your countless mercy and unconditional love, you appeared from nowhere and you simply picked me from this ghastly ocean, and affectionately you placed me in the boat of transcendental, in your transcendental boat of Krishna consciousness, which is sailing safely and surely towards its destination of back to Godhead. I thank you from the core of my heart for this thankless task of rescuing thousands and thousands of conditioned souls like me. Guru Maharaj, I feel very unqualified to glorify a great personality like you. Please empower me so that I may speak something about you for your own pleasure, Guru Maharaj. One of your qualities that has greatly impacted on me is your caring and merciful nature. This quality cannot go unnoticed to whoever who comes in contact with you for the first time. Recently, a young devotee in my Namhat got a stroke and was partially paralyzed. He was so depressed by his illness that he thought he would not survive. I told him I would inform you to pray for him. And on the spot, I decided, let me try to do a video call to you from his residence. Immediately, you responded to the video call, and you spoke to him, and finally told him you'd do the needful. Just after your phone call, his family members expressed their great amazement. They had never thought that one day a sannyasi from abroad would so rapidly show so much concern about one of their deceased family members and pacify them in their stressful situation and difficulties. They were struck with wonder by how a sannyasi who was not acquainted to them so much showed so much concern and empathy. And today, by your divine arrangement, That devotee has been cured to a great extent and has resumed his work. This is just a token of your very caring nature, Guru Maharaj. And another feature which always marvels me is your very mystic nature. Whenever I try to subtly conceal some bad thoughts or plans from you, Guru Maharaj, your message or any remarks from you afterward make me realize that you have already detected my dirty thoughts or dirty schemes in my mind. Finally, out of shame, I have to admit my duplicitous nature and beg your forgiveness. And prior to your visit in Mauritius, this visit in Mauritius, Guru Maharaj, you taught me a very good lesson, and you again.
You are talking behind the disturbing us.
So prior to your visit this time in Mauritius, you taught me a very great lesson, and you again taught it during your lecture in Mauritius. You told whoever thinks he's helping his guru, his spiritual master, especially when the spiritual master is sick, that devotee is in fact in ignorance. You said the guru is a pure devotee and providence put him in disease situation so that his fortunate disciples can have the opportunity to serve him and by that service get purified. It is only in our ignorance that we think the guru is helpless or he depends on me for his basic activities. Guru Maharaj, thank you for enlightening me in areas where I am prone to commit offenses. Guru Maharaj, I also must confess on this very auspicious day of your Vyasa-puja celebration that after having self-diagnosed myself and after having listened to your lecture on the different levels of surrender, I found myself to be still hovering on the first level where I am still accepting things that are favorable and rejecting things that are unfavorable for devotional service. So I am still struggling with my 16 rounds, and very often I follow your instructions whimsically. Please forgive me of my weakness, Guru Maharaj, and all the offenses that I have committed during at your lotus feet during my service. I really need a drop of your mercy so that I can become one of your sincere and serious disciples, Guru Maharaj. On this auspicious day, please, of your Vyasa-puja, please bestow a drop of your mercy on my family also, so that we can all become good devotees. Guru Maharaj, I thank you for all the support and care and the support that you have been bestowing upon me and my family. My unlimited thanks and prostrated obeisances to you, Guru Maharaj. I also pray for your good health and a long life in Krishna consciousness. So I wish you a happy Vyasa-puja and a happy Krishna conscious birthday. Sla Bhakti Dhira Damodara Maharaj Vyasa-puja ki jai. Sla Bhakti Dhira Swami ki jai. Sla Prabhupada ki jai.
Great Janana Prabhu ki. Janana Prabhu is one devotee that he listens in the class. The quality grid is very difficult for many devotees. The class is very attentive. He's one of the devotees who will answer the questions I ask in the class. The questions are very difficult. Because I want people to understand what we are trying to do. So it's better for me to look at the consistency and see who is following. So General Prabhu can perfectly understand because he's reading and he hears attentively, so he can understand. The mercy of Lord Krishna, we explained many times, is what Krishna's devotees. It's not with Krishna. It's with the devotees of Krishna. The mercy of Krishna, which is what the devotees, it is given through the instructions of the spiritual master. And when that instruction is followed, the mercy is there. Not that a jar of a big jug of a
mercy is loaded with a basket, or if Holy One will carry that and who is ready to pour it on the head. It's already given with instructions. Why is it given through instruction? Why not just in India? In India these days, there are many false so-called spiritual masters. So they will have their crusade. What's that? Crusade? A big program when people will come to attend. After the bogus lecture from the so-called guru, so the servant are there to bring water that we have in the palace. Bring water. Draw the water. All of you are initiated. I didn't know how you get mercy. How you initiate somebody you don't know? How you initiate somebody? Do you know the person likes you? But people are so foolish. I'm initiated. Yes. That is not the way to get mercy. The mercy is given through the instructions. Why through instruction? Because it is from instruction one knows who is following and who is not following. Therefore, mercy is coming through that process. One who follows the instruction, you get it. The Bible was told, go to the West and preach peace and consciousness. The mercy was loaded there. But Jesus didn't call him to his inner room and give him a different instruction. It was given in the public. In the public it was given. Bhakti Dhira was not spoken to Arjuna in the corner. Bhakti Dhira was spoken in the middle of the two parties. Arjuna is here, Dhira is here. In the middle, Krishna is there. And he spoke about Gita. All the Arjuna had, Dhira didn't hear the Gita. Therefore, he didn't win the battle. Arjuna had it, he won the battle because he had Krishna. He followed what Krishna told him to do, and he got the mercy. That's how we get the mercy. Follow the instructions. Everything is possible. Krishna has covered his family. We are all there to climb a mountain. We are all blind, we see not the star, not this material, we see Goloka and Krishna. We are there who hear transcendental message. But follow instructions. And we see it practically. Which university had that Sekoda attend to become an Amacharya? Which one? Amacharya had it as Sekoda. Which university he went to become an Amacharya?
He was still chanting, following instructions.
So, when you go to university to go and learn anything, so Brahma become a chief engineer. Which university he attended? Become chief engineer in the universe.
Mercy of Lord Vishnu.
Yes. What a mercy, because he listened to this Krishna. Krishna glorified, remember? With this Krishna. Krishna glorified Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma not only get instruction from him, not only executed his duty, not only that he executed the duty, Lord Brahma executed the duty because he wanted to please Krishna. Let's follow the instructions. This is how we get it. We follow the instructions. We follow the instructions, the mercy flows. Become empowered. How did Arjuna become a warrior, conqueror? He followed the instructions Krishna gave to him. Touch the rule. Listen to me, Arjuna. Yes, I'm listening. So Krishna, fight. Okay? Do that. You got to listen. You got the strength to become the greatest warrior. And when you were Saturday, when they hear Arjuna's name, Arjuna. Yes. Why? He followed. So let us follow. We'll get there. Hare Krishna. I think we are hungry now, and my voice is so. My body is 65.
Please, Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami Maharaj ki! Ki! Vyasa-puja Mahotsava ki! Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Maharaj. Thank you, everyone. We'll now proceed with the Pushpanjali. We request everyone to come ahead and we request His Grace Srila Goswami Prabhu to raise the mantras. And after that, we will have prasadam, starting with a cake cutting ceremony. Table.
Om Ajnana Timirandasya Salakaya Chakshur Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Tadamayam Dadati Swa Padantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvetam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Saha Gana Shri Vishakam Vitamscha Namao Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Shri Yakti Bhakti Dhira Damodareti Namine Yakti Shri Bhakti Tirtasya Bhavanuvartine Sarvada Sarva Bhaktanam Sarvaraksha Pradayane Shri Radhe Krishna Gauranga Dayasi Sarvada Prabhu Nityananda Kripamurti Bhakti Tirtha Swami Iti Namine Namaste Krishna Padaya Prabhupada Trita Tatmane Sri Gaura Haruna Shakti Bhakti Tirtha Iti Namine Namao Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Namao Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Iti Namine Sri Varshabhanavi Devi Daitaya Upadaye Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Daine Prabhave Namaha Jwala Madhya Sri Rupanuga Bhaktida Sri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namostute Namaste Gauravani Sri Murtaye Dinakarine Rupanuga Viritas Pasidanta Anta Harine Namo Gora Kishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtaye Vikralamba Asambode Dambujaya Te Namaha Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Swarupaya Rupanuga Parayate Gaura Virbhava Umestwam Nirdeshta Sajana Priya Vaishnava Sarvabhoma Shri Jagannathaya Te Namaha Vanchakalpa Arubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Vya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Namaha Vadanyaya Krishna Prema Patayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Doratise Namaha Pancha Tattvamakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Sarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhaktasaktikam Hare Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesa Gopika Kanta Radhakanta Namostute Jayatam Surato Pango Nama Manda Mate Gati Mate Sarvas Padambujao Radamadana Mohano Divyat Andaranya Padrumadda Srimad Ratnagara Simhasanasto Srimad Radha Srila Govinda Devo Kristalabe Sadyamano Smarami Srimam Rasa Rasarambi Vansivata Tatastitaha Karsan Venu Svenai Gopi, Gopinata, Shriyestuna, Bhakta, Kanchana, Gaurangi, Radhe, Vrindavaneshwari, Vishabhanu, Sute Devi, Pranamami, Hari Priye, Jaya Shri, Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita, Gadadara, Srivasadi, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Esa Pushpanjali, Esa Pushpanjali, Esa Pushpanjali, Jagannath Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami Maharaj ki Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Sriyati Bhakti Dhira Damodarati Namine Yati Shri Bhakti Tirtasya Guna Bhavanuvartine Sarvada Sarva Bhaktanam Sarva Raksha Pradayine Sri Radhe Krishna Gauranga Jayasi Sarvada Prabhu Rakshananda Apamurte Pranamami Puna Puna Esa Pushpanjali Esa Pushpanjali Esa Pushpanjali Jagannath Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami Maharaj ki Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Sriyati Bhakti Dhira Damodarati Namine Yati Shri Bhakti Tirtasya Guna Bhavanuvartine Sarvada Sarva Bhakta Nam Sarva Raksha Pradayine Sri Radhe Krishna Gauranga Jayasi Sarvada Prabhu Nityananda Apamurte Pranamami Puna Puna Esa Pushpanjali Esa Pushpanjali Esa Pushpanjali Jagannath Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami Maharaj ki Jai Jai Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Jai Gurudev, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare.
Jaya Gurudev. Jaya Jai Gurudev, 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 Jaya Gurudev. Netai Gaura Haribo, 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 Gaura Haribo. Netai Gaura Haribo, 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 Gaura Haribo. Jai Gaura Premanande. Shri Prabhupada ki. Dharma Harinam Sankirtan ki. Jai Gaura Premanande.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, nous remercions tous rendez-vous qui viennent participer dans la Vyasa-puja de His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami Maharaj ki. Vyasa-puja Mahabhagavata ki. Samaveda Bhaktivinoda ki. Gori Premanande. Kirtan peut continuer ici. Après, nous avons prashad de tout le monde. Prashad, s'il vous plaît. Merci beaucoup. Hare Krishna. Jai Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Vrindavan. Jai Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Vrindavan. Jai Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Vrindavan. Shri Govinda Gopinath Madana Mohan. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare